a play-by-play of how to flirt and when during a date with a woman you like. Before you go on a date with her, forget falling into the obvious trap of trying to build too much sexual tension or flirting with her via messages. Remember, she's often going into that date feeling relatively uncertain if she likes you or not. Therefore, if you bombard her with messages, you cram a lot of emojis in there, or you try to become too sexy or too flirty too soon, it's gonna feel way off base for how she's feeling about the interaction and will do the opposite of what you intended to. Pre-date, keep your messages short, sweet, assertive, and focused on the purpose of meeting her. Keep your first compliment to her equally short, sweet, and simple. If you over-embellish a compliment and you tell her that her dress looks so amazing and fantastic on her, you will come off sounding like her great aunt. It will feel, again, like a lot of pressure. Instead, a really simple compliment to kickstart the date, like, "You look great," is a much better space to get to. After you pay this first compliment when you see her, relax, focus on having a normal conversation with her. Remember, your mindset here is that you're here to explore this connection. You do not have an agenda right now. If, and only if, her body language and her signals are showing you that she's happy and relaxed at this stage of the date, this is when you can start to rock the boat a bit and introduce some teasing and flirtatious banter. Remember, if you don't introduce this at all, your date might feel like a bit of a flat line of sexual tension. If you're the kind of guy that gets messages like, "Oh, you're a really lovely guy, but I didn't feel that connection," this is likely to be the area where you're going wrong. The key to teasing her successfully is really simple. First, in the early stages of dating, the tone is always light, it's fun, and that's because you do not give that much of a about the outcome. The second part of it is just to say the truth. The truth will set you free. When you start to change your opinion to kind of impress her or to agree with her, this is where you're going to go wildly wrong. Instead, stick with your true opinions on something, say them with a smile, and you're going to hit playful teasing on the mark. This could be acting shocked at her taste in music, surprised that she likes Bridgerton. The key is to keep it light because you're simply telling the truth in a way that shows you are not hell-bent on impressing her. That's because, remember, you're a guy who has lots of dating options, and remember, if you do not have those dating options yet, you've got to hit and subscribe to my channel where you're going to find a wealth of videos and information on how to get them. Now, in your relationships with women, to state the obvious, you don't always have to be the boss. However, in the early stages of creating attraction, demonstrating leadership is a fantastic way to create a flirtatious, sexy atmosphere without you having to try too hard. This is because for her, if she feels that she can trust you, here's a man with a plan, she can just relax, she'll be in her more feminine, go with the flow frame of mind, and this is really useful for you, creating that connection which will feel like a dating romantic connection, not just like two colleagues hanging out. Simple examples of how you could show leadership could be you stop and you let her walk through the door. You say, "Hey, you grab a seat over there. I'm going to go get some drinks at the bar." You could say, "Hey, you grab that seat. It's the nicer one." Well, you grab that seat. You've got the better view. Simply stage managing the date, showing that you have a clear plan for the date, and also if your plan goes horrendously wrong, being able to recover from it and saying, "Look, this place sucks, let's go somewhere else." These small and subtle signals that you are comfortable, that you have a plan, that you're relaxed and secure in yourself is going to create a lot of sexual tension without you really having to try too hard. You want to communicate with women like you're still making up your mind about whether you want to keep seeing her. And by the way, this should also be the truth. Now remember, women often go on to dates naturally in the mindset of selection. She's automatically thinking, do I like this guy? Do I want to see him again? For men, it's often actually quite the opposite. You may go in with the mindset of, she's hot, how do I impress her? Unfortunately, this is going to create a big power imbalance in your dates and is likely going to end in dating disaster. Instead, I really want you to get into the mindset of the selector. There's loads of attractive women out there. What makes your connection and unique rapport that you have with her so special that she deserves all this time and attention? Even if you do like her and you do click with her, that doesn't mean that she should automatically jump to a number one priority in your life or your girlfriend, and likewise, you shouldn't automatically be number one priority for her either. Because of this, balance off demonstrating that intention that enables you to show that you're confident enough to show romantic interest in her while still keeping things somewhat open-ended. There's a big difference between ending a date saying, I had a really great time, are you free next week? To saying, this was fun, let's do this again sometime, or we should do this again soon. Notice how these phrases keep the when and where of the next day indefinite. This is really good. You're balancing off, showing an intention that yes, you are interested in her, yes, you'd like to see her again, whilst maintaining some mystery as to when that will actually happen. This is really powerful. If you can genuinely evaluate whether you want this interaction to continue or not, if you can let go of that outcome and you can communicate this to her, wow, this is just going to show what an incredibly high value, confident, sexually successful man you are. Is going to be super attractive. Please do it. So remember, on your dates with her, there's a bunch of ways to flirt. Use your social intelligence to choose the right strategy or the right form of communication based on how well you know her and the vibe of the date and the interaction.